It is free, but if you're watching this, you're premium. So premium that I'm gonna fix you up. I'm gonna remodel you. I'm gonna level you up even beyond. And then I'm gonna sell you for profit. Because today we're talking about house flippers, specifically the Florida Flipsters, which is a married duo of people who make very interesting decisions architecturally, interior design and renovation.
Oh, I've covered this before, right? These are the guys I've covered, right? Is it? Oh wait, no, it's not. Okay, this is new.
Interior design and renovation wise. They've been going viral on TikTok for making every wrong and bad decision they possibly can with their house flip that they're doing. They made one particularly big choice that no one liked, and then that went viral, and then apparently they started getting harassed about the choices that they were making. Lots of people, you know, started to also talk about the ethics of house flipping, which I think is interesting, and we'll get into. It is just interesting how mad people are getting about the choices that these people are making, and I don't like them either. But without further ado, let's watch their extremely viral TikTok that they've turned the comments off because people got so mad of them renovating this 1970s fireplace.
Today we are taking this fireplace from hobbitcore to cottagecore. Now, a lot of you suggested that we should just clean the stones and it would brighten it. However, these stones have very large dark grout lines that just look dirty even after a good scrub. So we're gonna be trying the German smear technique.
They haven't met the clean girl, because I feel like the clean girl can make any dirty surface white. Does she paint it? Maybe. Is she cheating? Perhaps. But she gets the job done.
Some people said this was such a millennial trend, when in reality this technique was developed centuries ago and used on castles and buildings all throughout Europe.
I do think though that if somebody says something's a millennial trend, they mean right now. Like if someone says this joke is such a millennial joke, the type of joke may have existed for centuries. Like it's crazy that people say pull my finger is a dad joke, when people have been using pull my finger for thousands of years.
It's actually a timeless look that gives the fireplace an almost old world feel. Here is how it turned out. What do you think?
That is horrible. Oh my God. Now I see why people are mad. This was fine, and then you made it so much worse. It was nice. It looks unfinished. It looks like construction is currently happening. It looks like my test.
Oh, ew. Oh, gross. Stop it. Oh, hell no.
When I have to like white out an answer that I wrote in pen, and the whiteout like makes the surface look like really bumpy and gross, and you can still kind of see the ink behind it. It looks like they tried to use whiteout on the fireplace. Okay, so this is like what they were going for, but I still don't see it. Oh, and comments are turned off. Wow. So allegedly, this account, the Florida Flipsters,
Clippers, don't re-upload this. This video was uploaded too early.
and I'm allowed to make this video because I'm from Florida. They like to give things a second chance at life, and they have 780,000 followers. Each of these TikToks is getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views. So, you know, you'd think they're doing something. They've got something figured out. They followed up the controversy of this German schmear, I just learned what that was, German schmear fireplace disaster with this video. But first, we have a brief word from today's sponsor, Aura. Aura is an app that lets you control what private information about you is shared online. Because there is unfortunately a lot of information that can be found about you on the internet, from your full name, phone number, addresses, previous addresses, relatives. It gets weird. And the reason that it gets weird is because there's a market for this stuff. There's data brokers that profit by selling your information to some creep who wants it. Ethical reacts. They can identify these data brokers and then submit opt-out requests on your behalf.
We are Jarvis lovers and supporters on this channel.
They can even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists, so your inbox can be cleaner than mine. Or even monitors your emails.
Why am I watching someone else's ad? Because we're watching his video, so I think it's fair to watch his ad as well.
Password gigantic.
Here, I'll skip to the link.
Wildness. So Jarvis and get a 14-day free trial.
Here you go.
And see what information about you is available to whoever wants it. Thanks again to Aura for sponsoring this video. Now back to the video.
Never in my life did I think a fireplace DIY would trigger the internet so much that the app would have to turn on anti-bullying mode, but moving on.
The app turned on anti-bullying mode? We detected comments that may be unwanted or unfriendly on your recent post.
Moving on, because we have an exciting update. This vaulted ceiling was just begging for a beam, and today we are finally installing one. They have these rubber straps to hide the seams and to make it all look cohesive.
But it doesn't hide the seam. It like highlights the seam. I thought this was just going to be them responding to the criticism about the fireplace, but they said, no, we're going to create something else objectionable for you to be upset about. A fake wooden beam made out of foam. Looking at their social media footprint, the Florida Flipsters, Lindsay and Tyler, they're a husband and wife team. Beautiful, amazing. Always cool to see two partners working together, you know, making their relationship even.
We're going to do TikTok reacts after this from the Discord, okay? Everybody stop fucking chirping. Stop chirping!
Deeper. Day by day, fireplace by fireplace. They've got a YouTube channel where they do more long form DIY stuff. They have the recycling icon that explains why they've used this foam beam, but the beam didn't need to exist to begin with. So I don't know. It's just like you wanted to achieve the aesthetic, but at the
Andre, I did for like an hour. If you want to see what I talked about with zone of interest, I talked about it for an hour in the beginning of the stream. An hour and 30.
Fixing up, doing home renovation. Okay.
For lighting, we wanted a mid-century kind of funky light to keep in the 70s spirit for the space.
Okay, so I haven't seen the first part of this series, but I'm guessing they're going for like a 70s style house for some reason. Does that make the flip easier? This is a thing where I know what I like, I know what I don't like. I'm not an expert on home renovations. I don't think you should mount a light fixture to a foam fake piece of wood. That's a thing I think, but I'm not sure. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't feel stable. So what I'm gathering is that this home is supposed to, this renovation, this project, it's that 70s house. It's supposed to be 70s themed. And when you think of homes in the 70s, what do you think? Lead paint, asbestos, health hazards. This house has everything.
Melaleuca tree, which we then sanded and stained to perfectly match the ceiling beam.
Wait, they have a ceiling beam that looks like a Snickers bar that's made of foam. And then they said, you know what? We'll match this perfectly. Real wood. We're going to get some real wood, and we're going to include that as well. They do say that they got the foam because they couldn't lift the wood up to the ceiling, or maybe there wouldn't be support, because the whole point about a beam is that it's like load bearing, right? So like faking a beam is pointless. They did say specifically,
due to the size of the beam needed, we knew we'd have to find a faux beam for us to physically be able to have the strength to lift. We found these.
So they had to get a foam beam so that they would physically have the strength to lift it. But I feel like you could just get help for just this one thing, right? There's other reasons that you don't.
You are looking into this too logically, my man. I think they're just doing it for the same reasons that every house flipper like renovation channel does it. It's rage baiting. I think like a lot of that content is just straight up rage baiting. They are trying to farm people to get angry, and it's very successful. It makes me angry when I see that stuff. Oh my God. I'm not even a contractor. It's not just about like pissing people off that are contractors. It's like straight up pissing everybody off.
Put a heavy piece of wood. You don't stick it to the ceiling if it's not actually necessary for the structural integrity of the house. It does make sense to me why they wouldn't put a big, very heavy piece of wood stuck to the ceiling. But the issue that they said was lifting it, which does seem
it ain't rage bait. I work with those people, lol. Wait, what?
like a solvable problem, but I'm not like a structural engineer, so nor do I build houses.
It is crazy how much the mantle really helped tie everything together.
I guess you have to use wood for the mantle, because if you used foam, it would be very apparent. Just no one touched the light fixture or the beam or this very obvious seam hider that doesn't really hide the seam.
There's something that just fucking kills my soul about fake foam beam. I don't know what it is. It's just so ugly. It does look like a Snickers bar. Like, why did you do that?
of the wood. So yeah, just a few things to look out for.
Living room is coming along. Hopefully you agree, but if not, I am sure you will let us know.
I haven't. Every time they pan over to the fireplace, I'm just like, Why? Why did you do that? Every time they pan over to the fireplace, it gets worse and worse.
Usually do the floors, but stay tuned because next up we're tackling the kitchen.
So once again, the comments are off, and I'm dying to know what people are really thinking. I'm so late to this. I want to know what people are saying about these videos. I don't know what the extent of the harassment was, so I can't say what, you know, isn't acceptable. But this does feel extreme, but I don't know. Sometimes maybe people are getting real intense about their interior design and their home renovations, you know?
For now, we really need your input. Should we keep the fireplace as is, or should we try out a German smear technique to lighten it up just a bit?
Even the picture that they chose looks better. I can't explain why
Still looks bad though.
what they did is so bad, and I wish I could see the comments.
It is totally okay if you absolutely hate our design decisions. Design is subjective. However, a large majority did say that we should try the German smear technique, so clearly not everyone liked the original.
Bro, 13,000 votes? Yo, they must be trolling. 39,000 views, 13,000 votes? This community has never gotten that level of engagement, dude. Okay, the audience is like, they're hate watching. They must. What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
Fireplace.
What just happened?
As evidence that
That was weird as hell. No, that was weird as hell. It just went white for no reason. I don't even know how.
Okay, well, we know the problem with that is it's the execution. I don't think German smear is to blame. Smear. I don't think German smear is to blame.
Also, we are not the first people to install a light on a faux or foam beam.
Oh, I was so curious about that.
And we had some pretty crazy hateful messages this past week, especially with our integrity in question. So now can we please move forward and just continue working on this house?
I'm sympathetic. So I wanna know what people think, because I'm sympathetic to this message. It's honestly everything you did, babe. It's the turd on the ceiling was too far for me. Oh my God, dude, people are ruthless. I think it's fine if things are ugly. I'm like sympathetic to a lot of what they're saying here. It's worth noting that like they're flipping this house using their like amateur DIY skill set, of which if I'm a buyer of a house, I don't want that. If I'm like in the market and I can't tell what's a professionally done job and what's a job by two amateurs with taste I don't agree with, and you know, Snickers bars on the roofs. By the way, cheers. I found these candy bars that look just like the center beam, but instead of being made of foam, they're made of like chocolate and nougat and like peanuts and stuff. Crazy, it's delicious. Wouldn't put it on my roof, would put it in my mouth, if you know what I'm saying. Not sponsored, by the way. I don't know how qualified these people are to be doing these DIY jobs. I have no problem with them doing these things on their own house, but when they're selling it to another person, I just have to hope that the countless inspectors who are going to be involved in like the selling and buying of one of the houses that they work on are able to call out all of the stuff that they miss, because I don't know how lax like Florida house inspections are, but in California, depending on what you're looking at, I know they can be pretty strict. So, but I don't want to have to hope, right? I don't want to have to hope that the system like is able to catch them. And that's not to say that they can't gather the skills to be professionals. It's just that today they're not. And it's a DIY project that they're now selling a living space to someone. And in the darkest timeline, this becomes an Airbnb where you can rent out the ugly TikTok house for $150 a night. We don't want that either. I just want people to be able to live in places that are normal. Is that too much to ask? So while I don't think that these people should be harassed or anything like that, I'm
a home inspector. I would tell the buyer to take that fucking light down before it falls on someone. Yeah. Except you should be a dick vein inspector and judge the house not on safety standards, but instead on the standards of how veiny the dick is. And that dick was veiny.
understand if people have issues with like that, the ethics of what they're doing, especially when, you know, there's just like a history of landlords and flippers cutting corners to, you know, make a quick buck. God, don't look at landlord TikTok, because that's an even worse cesspool. So what I want to do now is with this added context, I want to watch some of this series.
My man said, don't turn my passion into work.
Of flipping that 70s house. So
Yeah,
far,
you
it doesn't
lose-
look like the
Yeah, when you turn your passion, when you turn your hobby and your passion into work, you all of a sudden lose what made it your passion to begin with. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe don't do that. Slatty Matty is begging to get banned, by the way. Absolutely begging. He is in the chat every day going, oh my God, please, I'm begging for the smoke. I need it bad.
70s to me, but I want to see the vision.
We just bought a 1970s fixer-upper, so come on in and let us give you a tour.
Okay,
I'm
so
so
on the
opium,
bright
I'm so
side, this video
opium.
has comments, so that's a good sign.
A lot of work, and because of that, it scared off a lot of buyers, but we were able to get it for a great deal and could immediately see the potential in the space.
I guess for me, if I'm fixing uppering it, to me it looks good, but just like probably needs stuff, you know?
From that epic stone fireplace to this extremely private backyard, we just felt like it had so much charm and just needed a little bit of love. The home itself is just over 2,000 square feet.
Like, this is beautiful. It has got so much character. I get if you like have your own house and you're like, I don't like this element of my house, I want to change it. Destroying the
What's for
natural
dinner,
character
King? It's
of
what
the
I eat
house
every day,
to
chicken.
sell it, to like make it more like approach the mean of like the McMansion style, like super
16 ounces
bland
of
design,
chicken.
like doesn't feel good. I have no problem if somebody buys the house and then changes it, but like removing the character just to sell it, just to like go to that lowest common denominator. It's just, I guess the issue I'm taking is that like, why is housing an asset? All I would like to see is just take what's there and like, you know, fix the insides. Cause it's if it's a 70s house, then keep it a 70s house is my thing. A house can have a character, and then a person that like fits that character or like mostly fits that character and vibe can be like, oh, I like this. I see like the potential in this. And it's like a bummer that somebody's like, no, we need to get rid of this so that we can sell it. Whatever issues it had, you just fix those issues and like bring out the existing character rather than like changing the character. Is that weird? Does that make sense? All of the changes are to maximize profit and whatever. It's a business. We live in a capitalist society. It's fine. But then also on top of that, we're doing Snicker bar roofs. You know, we're doing Snicker bar roofs and we're doing whiteout on the fireplace. None of those things to me are addressing the structural issues with the house. I want to know what the actual issues that need to be fixed, how this is a blank canvas to like do your DIY.
I know a lot of people are a little triggered when they hear the word house flip, and quite honestly, I am too, because so many of them all look the same.
Yeah. So many of them do all look the same.
So I promise we are going to try our best to lean
she's
into
right,
the
though.
1970s.
Did she lie?
Okay, so they say they're trying to do what
Did she lie? Did she lie? She made it ugly as hell. Technically correct. Is very different. Is different.
what I asked. And who am I to ask this? I'm sort of still forming my opinion about this as I go.
And give this home some character.
That's the thing. It doesn't need character. It has character. Am I wrong? It feels like it has quite a lot of character as it is. It's got a fucking greenhouse. What it doesn't have is foam wood. And they're like, let's add that. That'll be the character it needs. It just feels like an arts and crafts project if you're not telling me about the actual problems that you're fixing.
A lot of you had some choice words for us when we decided to concrete over what was a filled-in swimming pool after getting quoted a ridiculous amount.
That's so interesting. It's like this rubber band effect of like they say they're going to do something and then they're like responding to the haters.
I was honestly shocked that so many people said that we should have just left it as dirt and that we robbed the new homeowners of a potentially beautiful garden. I promise you they're going to have no problem finding garden space because this home sits on over half an acre, which is basically like hitting the lottery in southern Florida.
Wow.
Which is the fact that it actually has a beautiful rocked area perfect for koi fish.
It's like it feels feels like they're choosing to do work that didn't need to be done to make the house sellable. And then like responding is like opening up the forum for discussion. The indoor garden would have been so magical and gorgeous and peaceful in 9,000 likes. Isn't that what everybody wants? A giant slab of concrete?
Not opposed to it in some instances, but in this home, it just really stole all of the natural light and made the rooms feel very dark and cavernous.
Okay, well, hold on. It's so funny. Growing up in Florida as a child, I would have killed for a cavern. Get me out of the sun, dude. I'm dying. It's everywhere. There's all these spaces that are open and glass and just fully exposed to the natural light. I'm like, give me a place where I don't have to spend a bajillion dollars on the AC. I used to sit as a kid in Florida in front of a fan. I would just sit and put my face in front of the fan, and I would just go, and it would make a little sound because of the fan was flipping, because I needed to be cooled because I was just sweating all the time, and it was too expensive to run the AC. So it's like, I get why there would be some rooms that were that had less natural light in them. In like California where I live now, and like and in just in general, I get it. Like everyone loves natural light. TikTok loves natural light, but shout out to not having natural light in a few places just so that you can like survive.
Just leaned up against every single window, so I was very happy to remove that and just let all of the light
Yeah, I don't think she understands. Like, there's a reason for why they had that there.
pour in.
Instead of trying to understand why the previous homeowners had made the choices they made, they like look at it from the, oh, they're doing this dumb thing. You know, it's like coming from this position of like, oh, they clearly weren't using the space the best way that they could.
We are removing this tree feature as well. Before you get too angry, let me just say that this was also just a sticker and definitely not original to the home by any means. In my opinion, it did actually look a bit tacky in person and just really distracted your view from this beautiful fireplace.
But you fucked up. Those are kind of ugly though. I'm not gonna lie, the tree kind of makes it look like some weird Scientology cult shit is happening in the house. I don't know why. Like that, I can envision it with the tree decal on the fucking window, and it just looks like it's a cult room or something.
That's sad. I kind of liked it. Or what if you did some like stained glass version of the same thing? But it definitely was personality.
After removing it from the inside, we realized that it was also on the outside as well.
It was almost like it was like done intentionally. It's almost like they wanted it that way.
It took me an embarrassingly long time to find the perfect neutral beige color.
Look, I get it. You need neutrals. But it is funny that like the stereotype of like flippers and like renovators who are just maximizing profit is just to turn everything beige.
We moved on to the bathroom door that looked like an island threw up on it. Luckily, we were able to remove the wallpaper and bring it back to its former glory and expose the beautiful wood. I am so happy with how these doors came.
Door looks like a fucking office door from the 90s. Put something else on it.
Ended up only costing a couple $100s for the whole home, and that includes brand new hardware as well. Let me know what you think. And
I don't mind getting rid of like 50-year-old wallpaper or however old it is, but replacing it with the neutral beige is a move.
All right, so here's one of the worst flip homes that I've inspected in a long time.
Just in the cacophony of this, my friend sent me this home inspector video, like looking at like the bad things that house flippers do.
I love this video that he's about to show you. I've watched it like multiple times.
And this baseboard looked good. It was freshly painted. There was new components at the toilet. But when I tapped on it, I about pushed through the wall because there was so much water damage behind this toilet. And what do? They just paint over it and move on.
I just got one of these things because we have a leak. Or had a leak, and I've never seen it go that high.
I don't feel like I'm falling off the toilet every time I use it.
Oh, no. This is why I have some faith, right? Because you can't sell this house to a person that's planning to live in it without like a home inspector coming and like doing an inspection, writing a report, telling the city about it and stuff. And so at least there's that. That's like
Florida? Florida? I don't know.
The one thing that I'm like, okay.
We're told that one of the previous owners was a tile guy, and it is very apparent as he used flooring tile on not only the kitchen countertops, but also the bathroom vanities.
What does tile guy even mean? Like, I love tiles. I just put them everywhere. He's like putting them on the microwave. Dude, people are so mean. No German smear on the tile countertop. Are you gonna try foam countertops? Oh my God, dude. Oh, that's so funny. They asked for this. Why not pour concrete over the tile counter? Oh, wow. This is wild.
It's an office looking light, and
That could have just fallen into your eyes. I don't build houses for a living. I feel like you're looking up with your nail file. All of the ceiling dust is falling into your eyes. The particulates, the fiberglass just... Look at this, bro. Put some eyewear on. Ew, wait a second. This is upsetting to me. I feel like if you're going to fix something, just move the lights. Right? If you're going to cut out, I saw him cutting out the drywall. Okay, so I see 3 here. We're all seeing this, right? There's painter's tape here, 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 here. They measured this out somehow, and then they're just cutting the drywall. I think that's drywall. I don't know that much about houses. What am I doing here?
wood as a spacer, so it is all evenly spaced between the slats, and then just secure it in place with a brad nailer.
Okay, this looks nice. I don't hate this.
That's good. That was fire. I'll take it back. That part was good.
I don't hate a wood slat wall. I can never hate a wood slat wall.
We got rid of the old light fixture that literally gave off almost no light and replaced it with a more mid-century one.
No! Personally, I really hate these type of light fixtures.
Hands down, one of the coolest features of this property is this gorgeous dedicated studio space.
Oh my God, what are they going to do? Oh my God, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Are they going to fuck it up? Please don't tell me you're going to fuck that up. That looks sick.
Main wall has this mid-century wood shelving unit that I love. However, we have something even better planned for this wall.
No! 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 What are you doing? What are you doing?
That I love, but we're getting rid of it.
Disassembled it so that we could move it into the garage area.
Okay.
It was advertised as an artist studio, and we quickly realized it was just lacking the art. Felt like fate because a local artist actually ended up reaching out to us and offered
You're on crack. You're on, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're trolling. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. They should have their rights revoked. Okay. Oh my God.
to do a custom mural on this home, and we knew immediately it had to be this wall.
What is?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that's so fucking bad.
Does it say new?
Oh, 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 that's so bad. That is, oh, that hurts. It hurts my fucking eyes.
Port Richey. Oh, Newport Richey, like in South Florida. It
Oh, no.
feels like a coffee shop. I mean, like the artist is 100% talented. It's just like for inside of a, it's interesting. It's interesting. Inside of a home is interesting. Did you lose a bet? Oh my God. This does look like an Airbnb, like you're going to rent it out. It's giving Canva. Oh no. Oh no. The thing is, the artist is obviously talented. It's the direction, you know?
Opened up all of the doors and broke down and bought a paint sprayer.
Ugh. Get some shit on your face. That's crazy. That's how you know they're not using PPE.
Even though removing the popcorn ceiling doesn't technically add more value to the home, we felt like it was a necessary next step.
Removing the popcorn ceiling is the only good decision you made on this flip.
Which is ironic because, like, you know, asbestos in the popcorn ceiling is very 70s vibes.
People are so mad. It's crazy. I wish that they would just fix the house. I wish that they would just say, hey, we bought this house. And somebody couldn't, the average home buyer wouldn't be able to buy this house because of how much maintenance it needs. And here's the maintenance it needs, and now we're going to fix it. That's an interesting story that I think everybody would be interested in, because I'm never going to fix up a house myself, I don't think, unless my hobbies dramatically change. But I would like to know problem solution. There's some satisfaction in that. But a lot of this feels like, DIY pet projects that are not actually making the home better. And I think a lot of people are upset that it feels like they're taking this like character rich 1970s home and driving it towards this mean of the landlord special lowest common denominator decor choices. Who knows where the story goes? I'm gonna be following along. Now I'm locked in. But obviously don't harass these people. That's bad. People are harassing them enough already. The comments are very mean. I've watched a lot of bad comments, a lot of bad content in my career on YouTube, and I've never seen the comments filled with such ire.
Just because you're an adult with money doesn't mean you have an eye for design. Wait, do you think I have an eye for design? Is that what I'm saying? I just have eyes. Like, I don't think I have an eye for design. I do think I have eyes, though. Do you? Did you see what they did to that beautiful fucking shelf? They trapped it in the fucking garage. Oh, no, I meant them.